The first time I found a note in my backpack, it was just one sentence written in red ink. We see you when no one else does. I didn't know who wrote it or how it got there. I looked around the classroom, but nobody was watching me. Nobody ever did. My name is Toby, and I'm in year 8. I don't talk much at school. Not because I don't want to, but because whenever I try, someone always laughs. Even when I say something normal, like, what page are we on? There's always someone rolling their eyes or whispering to their friend. At first, I thought I was just imagining things. But then, my math book went missing the day before our test. A week later, I found it stuffed in the janitor's closet. Pages ripped, drawings all over my face in black marker. I didn't tell anyone, not my parents, not my teachers, not even Dami, my only kind of friend, who sat 2 rows behind me in English class and sometimes smiled at me when no one else did. But the notes kept coming. Under my desk, in my locker, tapped to my water bottle. Always the same handwriting. Always something strange. They knew what you did. We haven't forgotten. You will pay like the others. But what have I done? Things got worse at home too. My little sister started avoiding me. She said she saw someone in my room one night. A tall man with no eyes, she whispered. He pointed at your head and smiled. I checked under the bed, in the closet, even behind the curtains. Nothing. But one night, I woke up and found footprints on the floor, muddy, as if someone had walked from my window to my bed and back out again. I stopped sleeping properly after that. Then came the whispers. They started one afternoon during lunch. I was sitting alone, picking at my rice, when I heard it, soft, cold, right behind my ear. Why is everyone picking at you, Toby? I turned around. No one was there. Just the hum of other students laughing and shouting. I left my tray and ran to the toilet, locked myself in a stall, and cried quietly, hoping no one heard. That night, my mirror cracked. No one touched it. No wind. No accident. Just a loud snap. And there it was. A long, jagged crack. Like a lightning bolt right down the middle. And right in the center of the mirror, where my face should have been, I saw someone else. A boy, my age, same clothes, but his eyes were hollow and his mouth was stitched shut. The next day, I went to school, not saying anything. Dami noticed something was wrong. One morning, she slid a note into my textbook. Meet me after school. Don't go home yet. I waited for her behind the library. She showed up late, out of breath. You are not crazy, she said. I have seen it too. My heart stopped. Seen what? She looked over her shoulder, then leaned in. There is something in this school. It picks people, lonely people, people no one listens to. It feeds on them. I shook my head. That sounds insane. She nodded. I know, but the others, the ones who disappeared last year, Jaden, Blessing, Amara, no one ever talks about them anymore. But I saw one of their names written in red on your locker last week. I hadn't noticed. I stopped looking. That night, I didn't go home. I went to the school just before midnight. I needed to know. I needed to see it for myself. The halls were quiet, too quiet. My footsteps echoed like I was walking in a tunnel. I felt like I was being watched. Then I heard it. Why is everyone picking on you, Toby? This time, it wasn't a whisper. It was a chorus. Dozens of voices, boys, girls, all chanting. I ran. Doors slammed behind me. Lights flickered. Lockers opened and closed by themselves. And then, at the end of the hallway, I saw them. The missing students. They stood still, pale, lifeless, eyes wide and mouths open as if screaming, but no sound came out. In the middle of them stood the boy from my mirror, stitches gone, smiling. He raised a hand and pointed at me. Now you understand, he said. You never did anything wrong. That's why you were chosen. I woke up the next morning in my bed, fully dressed. My window was wide open. A note lay on my chest. Your turn is coming, but not yet. I tried to talk to someone. My parents said I was dreaming. My teachers ignored me. Dami never came back to school. And every day, I have heard the same question, soft, mocking, inside my head. Everywhere I go, why is everyone picking on you? The voice didn't stop. I heard it in the halls, in the silence before sleep, even over the noise of the city. But something had changed. This time, I wasn't afraid anymore because I remembered something Dami had said before she disappeared. It feeds on people who stay silent. So I stopped being silent. The next morning, I did something I never thought I would do. I raised my hand in class and told Mr. Sammy, our counselor, everything about the notes, the whispering, the disappearances, even the boy in my mirror. He looked at me for a long time. Then he said something I didn't expect. You are not the only one who has told me this. That afternoon, he brought me to a quiet room behind the library. The walls were covered in drawings journal entries, and photographs, each one made by students who had also seen it. Some of them were older now, some had transferred, a few came back to help. They did formed a group, a support circle. They called themselves the unknown. And now I was one of them. Weeks passed. The nightmares slowed down. The voices faded. I started talking more. And not just about the scary things, about anything. I found out I loved drawing. I joined the art club. A girl named Mimi asked if I could help her with a project, and we ended up working together every Thursday. Kids at school still weren't perfect. Some were mean, some ignored me. But now I had people who saw me, really saw me. I still sometimes find red notes in strange places, but I no longer see them as threats. They are warnings. And now I pass them on to others who need to hear the truth. You are not alone. Speak up. It's how we fight back. There is more of us than you think. Moral lessons. Silence can be dangerous. Sometimes the scariest things grow in silence. When you speak up, you give others the courage to do the same, and that can break the circle. 2. You are not alone, even if it feels like it. There are always others who would feel what you are feeling. Reaching out can uncover support you didn't know existed. 3. Kindness matters. Even the smallest smile, like the ones Dami gave Toby, can be a lifeline to someone who feels invisible. 4. Bullies thrive in fear and silence. By standing up, speaking out, and facing them, you weaken their power. 5. There is strength in community. You don't have to face things alone. Sharing your truth can be the first step to healing and helping others heal too. This is Ifijide's folktale. Please comment down below. I want to know what you learned from this intriguing story. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share this video to your family and friends. And I must see you in my next one. Love you.